Hey, I want to do a little reading on each sign individually for the eclipse. Um Kind of want you to also think about where the eclipse is going to affect you. Um for me, even though I have an Aquarius stellium, I'm an Aquarius sun, and I have a Libra stellium, I have three planets that are going to be in the 12th house during the eclipse. With that happening, I'm feeling a lot of that 12th house energy. I have been, and I think a lot of people are going through this anyway, with it being in Scorpio, conjunct Venus. We're going to have a lot of deep. I always like to say Scorpio is like the still waters that run deep. So a lot of deep emotional aspects going on, especially when it comes to relationships, because there it is, conjunct Venus. So we're gonna feel that anyway. I'm sure Taurus and Libras are gonna be feeling a lot. I have Libra stellium, so I'm definitely feeling it. But with so much in the 12th house, I'm feeling a lot more of the deep secret, like, um, things that no one is gonna understand but me. Certain things that have laid dormant inside of me for a very long time. I have had so many things come to a head, relationships and people that have affected me for years and years and years, that I just didn't see. I didn't see how narcissistic and how dangerous certain very close people were in my life, how toxic they were. It took an extremely toxic person to come into my life for me to face the fact that I had been justifying and defending and loving and, you know, keeping people in my life who had invalidated me and pretty much kept me as like a pet project. And because of me allowing this for so long, I feel like I've had a lot of outside people treat me the same way. So facing all of this 12th house stuff has been intense. And there's so many little faceted things that have I've been put through that have like been really hard to explain. I'll have moments where I just need to cry and let it out. And I wouldn't, I've been so busy and preoccupied with this stuff that I'm kind of careless in other areas of my life, if you know what I mean. Like, um, stupid stuff I might do in the outer world because I'm preoccupied with the deep stuff. So I may seem ditzy to other people because I'm more preoccupied with things that are really deep and intimate and important to me. Um, but I will say that I'm learning, allow these feelings to come in. I'm not going to fight the pain. It's like that cheesy Danzig song, I don't mind the pain. I really don't. I don't spend every day wallowing in sadness or crying or, being depressed. But when the feelings come, I actually honor my body and I feel it. I work through it and I move on. And then I feel great and I'm happy again. And, um, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. So whatever you're going through, you're going to have to, face all this stuff. And I'm going to do Aquarius first. It is my sign. And I like to start with it because, we're almost always like second to last since we're 11th house. And so since it's Aquarius, also watch it if you have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, your natal chart, or if you have a lot of 11th house in your natal chart or in your transit. I would look at the transit taking place during the eclipse. You could go to what I like to use. I don't do any of the, what do you call it? Like talking to people on this website, but there's a astroseek.com. It's like astro-seek.com. And I just feel like the way they're set up is easy. A lot of people use other websites and they seem more complicated to me. You just go up to the horoscope area and then look in transits and put in October 25th and fill in all the details, and you can see how many planets are in a certain house. Like I said, for me, there's three specifically in the 12th house. So anyway, I thought that would help you guys out because, this reading may not resonate with you if you're an Aquarius, but what if you have a bunch of planets that are in the 7th house, which means you need to watch the one for Libra. So anyway, I'm definitely going to do one of the things I like to do most, which is going to be like, the person you're thinking about or situation you're dealing with and you and the outcome, and then a lot of clarifiers It's a real basic reading. It can take a little bit longer depending on, you know, if we want to clarify it more. So, who is Aquarius focusing on a lot right now? And Aquarius. I don't want to say anything yet. So I think you're dealing with someone who's extremely critical, judgmental, they nitpick, they maybe micromanage you. But you also might be kind of using them. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, you are. I'm just saying so far what I'm seeing in the reading is the reverse Ren. And usually when you see that, that is someone that's kind of like playing off other people. Maybe being a little bit sneaky, a little bit dishonest, and kind of using people. Not typically what, you know, a positive Aquarius would do, but that may not be what it means yet. So let's just see what happens. The outcome is the cat reverse. These are all reversed, by the way. This eclipse obviously is going to have some pretty intense energy for you. The cat reverse usually is going to be someone who is overly focused on the unseen, probably in your head instead of reality. And you could be lazy, you could be laying around as one to eat chips all day long and watch tarot readers and not actually get up and, you know, just be present in the moment. It may actually be, if you're the reverse Ren, you may actually feel like that's how you look. You know, are you stuck feeling sorry for yourself right now? Like, say someone has been judgmental and talking shit about you or to you. And so you kind of feel like, well, damn, they just see me as this person who is piggybacking off of them, and they constantly, you know, say my ideas are their ideas. And, you know, yeah, I have to kind of do some things from what they give me. You're in a situation where maybe you can only work with what they give you. And so you're kind of feeling sorry for yourself a little bit because this person has kind of put you in a trap, put you in a corner. And it's kind of like, my way or the highway. And yet at the same time, you're scared to make a move, right? So they're going to say like, oh, you know, you're just using me or something. You might also have to be a little sneaky. I mean, how can you actually be upfront with someone who's extremely judgmental? And it doesn't mean this person's necessarily wrong. They might be. We will find out. Sometimes people get this naggy, sharp, they're the reverse hawk, by the way, and hawks can see things from a very clear perspective. The problem is their eyesight is so good that sometimes they will zero in on every little thing that you don't want them to be focusing on. Sometimes they can actually be delusional because they're so zeroing in on something. They start to see what they want to see. They start to actually create a situation, and it's not even reality. They're kind of believing something that's not real. And so it could actually be them that is in their head and just laying around eating and basically, you know, waiting for you to make a move. I don't know. So we'll find out. Why is the other person for this eclipse the negative aspect of the hawk? And why are they written? Why is that from the cat? No, shuffle this. Too long, but I wanted to explain that at the beginning. What's important to know about the eclipse? Ooh, there it comes. Okay. Ooh, okay. Let's see here. Okay. So the other person is probably focusing on someone that they think is a very successful single female. Maybe you. or someone that is just, successful. Doesn't have to be a woman, but it very likely is. And I think their jealousy and their aggravation about it, I think they want to take the credit for it, and they're going to have to let that idea die. I think that they probably have been accusing you of of using them for your success, basically. I think they're really critical. They want to be like, well, that one time I watched the kids for you. Well, that one time, I did ABCD, I gave you some money, and that's why you're able to do what you're doing now. So they're basically probably wanting to take the credit. Like they want you to pat them on the back because of what you've done. And I think that I don't think you care. I don't think you're paying any attention to them. Like, you may be watching this, but it's really more because you want to focus on you for the eclipse. You want to move on with you. I think you've already been there, done that. You already know that's what they're thinking. And you've already judged and assessed the situation. You say, I ain't having it. Whatever you want to give me, ain't having it. Ain't no way. Like what you have to give isn't worth it. And so obviously, y'all are not going to end up together, or you're going to have separation, divorce, what have you. What's weird is most of the time when people think this way, the opposite is actually true. Like you probably helped them with everything. You probably gave them money. You probably did things for them. And for some strange reason, they want so bad to be delusional and find out what in their head made them good enough for you or too good for you. And in reality, you're like I'm moving on here. I'm an Aquarius. I don't have time for this shit. I gotta move on. I gotta get things done. And when people have nothing but empty cups to offer you, it's like, I'm sorry, you drank me dry. You drank me dry. You drank all this. You sucked me up. And now you want to give me another empty cup? Like, why? Why would I do that? I don't think so. I've already judged and assessed the situation. I already know exactly what's going on. You had a near-death experience mentally. You need to grow the F up and move on with your life. I'm pretty sure they don't like the idea of you being a single woman. They don't want you to, or a single person. They don't want you to have success on your own. They want to raise your hand and be like, me. Remember, we're still married. We're still this. We're still that. And it's kind of like, this person could be living far away. Y'all could already be separated. And, they want so bad to be like, gimme. So, yeah. Now I'm seeing it. It takes, a few more cards. I'm going to clarify a little bit more. I want it to be a real long reading. Y'all Aqua don't have a lot of money. And if I run these things too long, my phone shuts off on me. So I got Neptune in the second house natally. I finally had to accept the fact that if I want to make money, I got to be in the spiritual realm. Because it's like spirit won't let me do anything else. Story of my life, right? Okay. Why is this person so focused on you? And why are they having a complete mental breakdown of having to be basically, they have gone through it. They have to be like reborn, like they're having to start over. Dang, okay. I got the Fool and the King of Coins reversed. I think that like they actually, since they're delusional right now, they actually think like, I'm done. I'm done with you. I deserve better. But the problem is they can't manage their money. They can't manage their life, They can't budget. They can't face like, common sense stuff that you probably helped them with, like say you paid the bills or you budgeted the money, or you understood taxes, or you understood just the common sense stuff that this person was too busy wanting to chase tail to focus on. They think that they're over you, and yet they're not. It's not that they want a romantic relationship with you as much as they want to blame you for their woes. It's your fault. It's your fault that they won't budget, that they spend all their freaking money They probably make plenty. They just won't be accountable. Oh, you should be glad this person is separated from you if they are. If they're not, Eclipse is going to cause some shaking of foundations. That is for sure. Okay, so why are you the reverse Ren? Okay, let's see here. Nice. Okay. So I think that you have a lot going for you. You're just, you're doing great emotionally. The problem is that you feel like, here's the thing. You feel like you already lost a lot. And you know that you have more good things coming, but you don't feel like, you're afraid it's not going to last. You're afraid you may not be able to make it on your own. You know, those normal fears that people have, especially if you had a failed relationship. And for you to have had this and then get this too, I think even though you're not going to take what they have to offer, you're still probably in your head too. You know, you're still hurt. You're kind of trying to make a decision on which way to go, not necessarily in being with them, but how to start over. You know, what decisions to make in money and finances. And you probably don't want to use them. Either you do or you don't. You know, different people, what is it? Different strokes, different folks. Maybe some of you are still wanting to get a little bit of money from them or get a little bit of help from them. Maybe some of you are like thinking, no, he owes me a lot, she owes me a lot, but I still just don't want him. You may be juggling things like that. You know, they might literally owe you and you just are juggling if maybe it's just easier to cut off connections and take a loss just so you don't have to ever talk to them again. I think you're weighing your options. But with the reverse Ren, like I said, I think that you're not being entirely honest, being a little sneaky about something, or that's what they think of you. Which we all know they probably think that. Okay, let's see. Okay. Why is that coming reverse? I really think that maybe y'all both in your own way are having to have some downtime and have a little pity party and, you know, sit on the couch and eat and munch away and kind of blame the other one for a little bit and boo-hoo and then put on your big girl and boy panties and move on. Got judgment again in the world. You know, I really think that you guys, y'all both know. Even if the other person may have been a major douche nugget, I think y'all both know that, you know, yeah, it's time to move on. You know, y'all are judging each other. And, you know, I have a feeling that, you know, you're still sitting in judgment trying to assess the situation, and this person is going out in the world to try and, what do you call it, fix that wound. You know what I mean? Like, instead of actually self-reflecting, like, you're sitting and self-reflecting. You know, like, you're trying to figure out what you did wrong, judging yourself, judging them, trying to figure out how exactly you can prevent this from happening again. The other person is just judging you. They're not self-reflecting. That's a problem. And because they're not self-reflecting, you know, even though the reverse is that, the outcome is that reverse cat and everything else, I think that, you know, that person's way of a pity party is spending all their money, you know, doing what they want to do, going out, looking for a new source of supply. And you are probably sitting around and just in your head too. You know, you probably need to get out of that head. And this eclipse is going to do it. It is. It's going to make you be in the head. So you really probably should do kind of like what I was saying, is let yourself feel it. When these things come, feel it and be aware. Don't deny your feelings, because when you deny them, you suppress them, you can actually end up with, you know, trauma, like muscle injury, pain, fibromyalgia and stuff, right? I would know. So let yourself feel it, but just don't stay in it. You know, if it comes in waves, that's the Scorpio energy. It's going to come in deep waves and it'll ebb and flow. Let it come and let it go. And, you know, when you have a chance, find things that are going to bring a little bit of joy or ease to you. Don't worry about the money so much. Don't worry about the future so much right now. This is a really hard, intense energy for people all over the place. You know, you're not the only one wondering where finances are going to come from a year from now. You're not the only one wondering if you can pay your mortgage or your rent a year from now or a month from now. You know, just take a deep breath, let yourself feel it. You know, Aquas, you know, a lot of you air signs, you're in the head, but you're not really present in how your thoughts can poison your body. If you're stuck rotating and ruminating over something that happened, you can actually be flooding your body with toxic chemicals and making yourself sick. So slow down that thinking, feel, let Scorpio invade you and feel, and let it go. I love you guys. I bless you guys. Until next time.